Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to discuss new chapter land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Before starting lesson, I would like to share two students' lives, those who lived in different areas. Let's go. Now we are going to discuss about Mamba and Peter. Mamba. In a small village in Tanzania, Africa, Mamba gets up very early in the morning to fetch water. She has to walk a long way and returns after a few hours. She then helps her mother in the house and joins her brothers in taking care of their goats. All her family owns is a piece of rocky land around a small hut. Mamba's father can barely grow some maize and beans on it after toiling hard. This is not enough to feed their family for the whole year. Peter. Peter lives in the heart of the sheep rearing region in New Zealand where his family runs a wool processing factory. Every day when he returns from school, Peter watches his uncle taking care of their sheep. Their sheepyard is situated on a wide grassy plain with hills in the far distance. It is managed in a scientific way using the latest technology. Peter's family also grows vegetables through organic farming. Dear children, here Mamba and Peter stay in two different parts of the world and lead very different lives. This difference is because of the differences in the quality of land, soil, water, natural vegetation, animals, and the usage of technology. The availability of such resources is the main reason places differ from each other. Dear children, in this lesson we are going to discuss about land and its uses. Land is among the most important natural resources. It covers only about 30% of the total area of the earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are not habitable. The uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. The world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. The rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas susceptible to waterlogging, desert areas, thick forested areas are normally sparsely populated or uninhabited. Plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. Hence, these are the densely populated areas of the world. Land is used for different purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads, and setting up of industries. This is commonly termed as land use. Dear children, can you list out the different ways in which Mambas and Peter's family use their land? Do you children? I will check. The use of land is determined by physical factors such as topography, soil, climate, minerals, and availability of water. Human factors such as population and technology are also important determinants of land use pattern. Dear children, study the above table and answer the following questions. Common property resources. Land can also be divided on the basis of private land and community land. Private land is owned by individuals. Community land is owned by the community for common uses like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts or medicinal herbs. These community lands are also called common property resources. Dear children, look at this picture. How did agriculture land become a modern city? Dear children, we should conserve resources. Okay children, today I completed land topic and next week I will meet you with a new topic. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.